This is intake, this is the inside of Project Z, and this wheel's getting the fuck out. Recently on intake, we swapped out the Vin Diesel inspired Too Fast Too Furious white vinyl interior for the factory tweed, but left this shit in place. What we're going to do today is fuck off the steering wheel, the gear knob and the rest of this white shit and replace it with something fresh. It's going to be about a two-beer job, one for the wheel, one for the other stuff. Let's get into it. So removing the steering wheel is going to be either really easy or really hard. There's a screw under here to take this horn pad off. There's a big nut under that to remove the wheel from the hub. Then we're going to put the hub adapter on and a new wheel. So what we're going to do first is get to this screw. It's a Phillips head screw. It's hard to see. It's up quite a bit. We can take that off. We're kind of winning, so we'll go from there. So this is the hardest part of the job because you've got to get to that screw, but it's burred anyway. Ugh. Once you've undone that, that horn will just lift straight off. There's a clip in there, so we'll pull that out. Hasta la vista, horno. Part 2 of this job is to remove this nut from the steering column, and once we've done that, we should be able to, with ease, just remove the wheel gently from the steering column. Either that or it's going to be near impossible to take off. So let's get to that and undo it. Oh! Fuck yeah! So it's very important that before you take the wheel off that you make sure that's straight, because when the next wheel goes back on, you want that to be straight. I don't want to be driving down a wet road like this and this is like dead straight. That's just stupid. So what we'll do is just make sure that this is going to be center. Cool. Bingo bango, we're off. Like it. It's really easy to take off. So this fucker's not actually coming off. We're gonna have to try some other things because this is gonna be near fucking impossible. So the first thing I want to do is put the nut back on just a little bit to lock it in place. And give it a good old fucking thump. Untwist your nuts. And the wheel comes off. Alright, now that we've fucked off the steering wheel from the car, we've got an assortment of parts to go in there. These are going to go in for later on, but all we're really focused on at the moment is this bad boy and its attachments. So as you can see, the steering wheels, old and new, are roughly the same size. This one's got some red stitching in it, so that's going to be heaps faster. So what we're going to do for the time being is just put this shit aside. We're going to worry about that later on. And we'll talk about this wheel. So what we've got to do for the wheel is to install a boss kit. And this boss kit is for the hikers in the car, so the four-wheel steering, which is probably a piece of shit that we're going to piss off anyway, but because the steering column's different, we're going to have that. And then you use the boss kit to attach the steering wheel. What I've got is this quick release steering wheel thingy, so we can just go like pull JDM's race car and whatever, and pull the steering wheel out because, you know, so no one steals your car, Mr. Bean it. But what I'm worried about is that when we combine all this, Captain Planet, your powers combined, that's going to be heaps too long. But we'll have to check that out in the car. We'll see how it goes. So the first thing we're going to do is install the boss kit. So we plug the horn thing in, pull that through. We look for the alignment for the top arrow, and it should just slide on like that. That's the boss kit. All we have to do then is just put the nut in. And once it's finger tight, which it is, we're ready to torque it to spec. So here's our torque bar. Fuck yeah. Watch out for the horn. We'll tuck that back in there. Get it on. Look, that's not going anywhere. That's pretty good now. All right, let's be honest here, guys. I need some help from YouTube. This is the wheel on the boss kit without the quick release. And this feels pretty comfortable. I can reach the pedals. I'm pretty short. Arms are in a good position. It still looks nice. This is the distance with a quick release attached. It looks pretty dope. My feet are still at the pedals, my arms are starting to get a bit crunched. Now the steering column in this is not adjustable. I guess I could move back a bit. I'm starting to lose a bit of reach there in the pedals. So I don't know what the fuck to do. You know, you guys tell me, what do you reckon? I mean, obviously comfort over just the looks of things, but is there another way about it? Fuck yeah. I really wanted to put that in too. Let's have a beer and think about it. So what we're going to do is install the quick release kit, give that a bit of a feel and see how it goes without having to hold it in. And if it's no good, we'll just fuck that off and just go straight the steering wheel to the boss kit. Now we've got about 3 bags of screws and we've got more fucking Allen keys than there is at IKEA. So we'll find out what screws go where and fit it all up. So I'm just putting a few of these in and just doing it up by hand. And that way we can get an indication of what we're doing. So that'll hold the adapter in. Well, you can tell I can still reach the clutch pedal from here. Doesn't feel natural though. Here's our smashing gears. I don't know, I'm not happy with this. Fuck! Alright, so I got some good news and I got some bad news. Good news is, Nardi steering wheel's going on. Bad news is, Sparko quick release is getting the fuck out of the car. It just doesn't work for me. If anyone wants one at a discounted rate, I got it going cheap. So let's get on with the Nardi wheel install. First thing we're going to do is slip the steering wheel horn inside of the steering wheel. And that just slips in really easily. It's not difficult at all. You don't have to do anything bizarre to get it through the hole, but and once it's in really easily, because it fits really well, many hours later. Ah! That was easy! And then we can plug the horn in and give it a test. Beauty. And we'll do them up firm but not too tight because we've got to get the rest of the screws in. But this should just give us an indication of how it's going to sit. We can just align everything up. Now that looks fucking dope. So all we're going to do now is just do up the screws. Do it with my left hand so you can get it on the camera. Ambidextrous for dough. Looks cool, feels good, red stitching, faster cornering. I really like it. A little bit disappointing that we couldn't use this, but you know, if it don't work, it doesn't work. You learn from these mistakes. So what we're going to get onto next is to kind of fix the rest of this interior up. So we'll get rid of this white vinyl, get a new gear knob in there, and I mean, that's going to finish us off for the day, I think. It's going to be awesome. This place looks all too familiar because we've been here before. The other week we pulled out all that white vinyl interior and left these two things. And it's pretty annoying that we've got to pull it apart again. But I really just want to fuck these two things off. This and this have got to go. And while we're there, we'll fuck this off. So let's start by having a good firm grip on your knob and give it a bit of a twist. This knob's had a fair polishing in its lifetime, so here's a new virgin knob that's just right for grinding gears. So same as the last episode where we pulled out the interior, we're going to start with the ashtray. 500 yen in there, remember? There's the screw in here, and we've got to pull out the carpet and get the 3 screws out of there. We kind of left half of this not plugged in, well, not the plugs, it's not screwed in I guess, to make it easier for removal this time around because we knew we were going to pull it out pretty quickly. Unplug the cigarette lighter, which wasn't plugged in the last time. This is actually really hard to unplug from this side. I think I even broke that, that's not even... No, that's broken. There's definitely something broken here that wasn't broken the last time. And voila, that was easy. It's really not that much of a hard job to remove this center console, so I don't feel that bad about it. Although I've probably missed a screw this time. I'll find out. Hey, easy as. Put that aside, and we just need to pierce this off. You really have to grab hold of it and give it a good firm tugging, and that's too hard. Fortunately, we don't have to pull this off to install the new one. Our new one has a button so that we can slip it on and do it up afterwards, so it's easy to get on and off, and on and off. So what we're going to do is just cut this old one off, because we don't need this anymore. It's pretty shit anyway. It looks horrible. It smells so bad. Probably covered in rat poo like the rest of the car. And try not to cut the handbrake knob. No one likes a cut knob. I think this episode's got a lot of knob jokes in it. But when you're dealing with half an episode that's based around knobs, you're gonna get that. Don't cut towards yourself. That was so easy. So the first thing we're going to do is just piss off this white shit from the frame. So that's really simple enough. You just pull it off and fuck it off. Prepare the new one. And it really should just go back on kind of a similar way. We've got some pre-drilled screw holes there for the bits and bobs or whatever. So I don't know how it's going to go down. Let's have a look. It should be tight, but we want it to be sort of tight anyway. I sort of want it to be, we might have to cut some slits in it to go, like, it's got to go over that, which is fine, we can do that. Just want to make sure, oh, it's got some.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Well done to the company that made this, it's got everything on it. Everything's in the right place. How good's that? It's actually really, really impressive. And really tight too because of the leather. So while we've got the center console out, we'll reinstall this with a couple of screws to put in there. And now that we've got this button thing, we can just slide it straight over the handbrake. So that's going to make it a lot easier. So we just offer it up on the underside. So next thing we're going to do is just fuck this off. So all we're going to do here, undo these screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, which isn't even in there. Remove that, pull that out, throw it out, and work out how this one's going to go on there. It looks nice. It's got a little tie on it. Red stitching for faster gear changes. All these people buying short shifters when this is all you need. It's going to go like that. Over the hole. Reinstall the plate. I don't want to do this too hard because these plastic things they break pretty easily. Like that. I'm going to make sure you get the right screws, I guess, too. Sometimes you have to use the wrong screws because some fuckers stripped out your parts before you got the car. Like this one. Well, we all know that this car's stuffed anyway, but whatever. Alright, so we're ready to reinstall the center console. Like all good things, everything comes to an end, like the sunlight we've got going on here. So I'm going to speed this shit up a bit. Got the center console. Slips over the top of the handbrake. Boom. Jeez, that looks good too. Right in place. Pull your wires out. And we did this the other week, so we know what we're doing here. We're just going to slip that over there. That one slips over there. And we pull our handbrake boot down to below the gear knob, the handbrake knob. too many knobs. Do that button up. Ooh, it looks cool. It's not a bad fit. I mean, they've done a good job with making it. It could be a little bit tighter. I wouldn't mind seeing that button a bit tighter. Like there, perhaps, that'd be cool. We'll fix that later on, we'll see how we go. But when it's down, it's nice. Just stop playing with my knob. We'll put the next piece in, but first we'll just fasten everything up. As always, reinstallations, reverse upon it out. And you always get everything torqued to spec. Little piece of carpet. Hopefully that doesn't have to come out again for a little while. Now we're ready for the center console. So that looks pretty cool. So we get all our plugs back in place. This is the hard part as always. Light. Plug our electric mirrors back in. Whatever the fuck that is. I've got another light in here. What's that one for? Oh, so one's for an ashtray, maybe? Oh, there is a light for the ashtray. That's pretty cool. And then that one goes there. Now it all makes sense. Fucking hell. Listen, thought of everything apparently. Just lift this up, tuck that in underneath. And it goes down there. How's this going? I've done this before, it shouldn't be that hard. Well, maybe not. Maybe the blacker things are bigger than the old white ones. It should just punch back in place. Maybe it's not in the right position. Oh, I have to become a contortionist for this. Beautiful. Just a bit of gentle persuasion there too. We'll screw in this last screw. Just to hold it all down. Man, that looks heaps better. Got a screw left over, which is always a good sign. Hey, the ashtray doesn't fucking fit. Oh, there we go. Where does it go? You think this would get easier the more you do it? It doesn't. And now we've got the knot tied, ready for the knob. So I'll pull this up so the knob sits over the top, hides it, and push it down. Give it a twist. And twist your knob on there. Hopefully the threadlets line up in the same position as the old one, facing the right way. And straighten out that boot as we're doing it up too. We're going straight to bed tonight. Oh, looks awesome. I'll tell you what, once you go black, you never go back. Now we'll be able to smash gears and grind beers and all day. So we fucked off all the white vinyl, there's no more Fast and Furious. We've got a nice new wheel, new boots, and a brand new knob. Couldn't be happy with this, it's heaps better, heaps better. So that is it for the interior of Project Z on Intake. Join us next time where we'll endeavour to smash some gears and sink some beers. So hit that comment button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. There's probably some other buttons there to hit, but that pretty much sums up the interior for Project Z. So I don't think we can improve that in any other way at all.